We're working with quadratic equations now. The standard form of a quadratic equation is written right here. Y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. And this is our code that we use, and we'll use this when we get into more advanced things like the quadratic formula and so forth. But what this is, let's give an example here. Y equals 3x squared plus 7x minus 4. And what the a corresponds to, a equals this, b equals, and c equals. We want to determine these right away because it helps us when we get into more advanced things like finding our vertex or finding our the quadratic formula. A is these coefficient. It's the number before the variable on the x squared. So our x squared, a in this case, would equal like positive 3. Our b is our middle term. We call this our linear term. It's got just the x with the exponent of 1. So it's a coefficient of that one. In this case, it's 7. And our c is our constant. That's just our number. There's no variable associated with it. In this case, it's negative 4. Okay, so a, b, and c. Now, on this one, your vertical... these are going to create parabolas, okay? The graphs are going to look something like this. They're either going to be this frowny face, if you will, or a smiley face. They either open up or they open down, one of the two. Okay, so this one opens up, this one opens down. Now, the way that we determine whether it opens up or down is by a. If a right here is a positive number, a equals positive, a is a positive number, then it opens up. If a is a negative number, then it's going to open down. The way I remember that is positive people smile a lot. So you can see their smile. But negative people frown a lot. And so it kind of looks like a frown. But that's specific to A. That'll tell us whether it opens up or down. Now, C, an important part of C here, C in this case always tells us where our y-intercept is. Okay, and that's where it's going to cross the y-axis. So let's look at one here. Let's go with y equals x squared plus 2x plus 1. Okay, so first thing we have to identify is our a, b, and c. A in this case is 1, b in this case is 2, and c is 1. Now c is important because that's our vertical intercept, that's where it crosses the y-axis. If we were to graph this one, it's going to look something like this. It's going to cross the vertical intercept right there. Our vertical intercept is going to be 1, but that's going to be our y value. Remember, our x value, when it crosses the vertical intercept, is always 0. So the vertical intercept on this one is 1. And the way we know that is because x always equals 0. If we were to plug in 0 here, 0 squared is 0, plus 2 times 0 is 0, then y would equal 1. So our vertical intercept is y equals 1 on this one. And this one is a smiley face because it is a positive a. So if we wrote another one up here, y equals negative 6x squared plus 12x minus 4. Our a in this case would be negative 6, our b would be 12, and our c would be 4. First of all, we know that this one is going to be an upside-down parabola because it's a frowny face, because it's a negative on my a. Okay, so if a is negative, it's an upside-down, it opens down. Now, my vertical intercept in this one, vertical intercept is going to be negative 4, but that's my y value. So my vertical intercept, when you write it, you always want to write it as an ordered pair, would be 0, negative 4. It's going to cross that vertical axis, the y-axis, right at 0, negative 4.